Hey, you want the smoke? I got the smoke. Let's talk about it. All right. Coming to you raw and uncut. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on my page. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. Okay. Night of Champions. It was a pretty decent show, at least to me. It was a pretty decent show. It had some good matches and everything. There were some that were kind of, but we're gonna talk about it first. But first, let me say, where was Jimmy Uso at? I think he should have been there because of what's going down as far as what happened in the Jacob Fatu and Solo Sokoa. But we'll talk about that as we approach that match and everything. But this card right here, it showed out to be a pretty good card. There was a lot of matches that actually should have been really outstanding, but there was some that was pretty clumsy and you know kind of, I don't know how to put my thumb on it, but it was kind of crazy. But anyway, for the most part, it was good. On my prediction video, uh, I missed one match and everything, so which was okay and stuff, and I didn't really see that coming and stuff. But anyway, let's get into the perks of it and stuff with the card. And it started off with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. And the match was actually a pretty good match. It was pretty back and forth uh, and everything. Cody, hitting Randy Orton with the Cody cutter a few times and crossroads and everything, and Randy Orton kept getting up, and then Randy would catch Cody Rhodes with a couple of RKO's, especially cutting them from out of no, catching them from out of nowhere with these RKO's, and I just love it. But there was a point, in this match where Randy could have kicked Cody's head off because a week before he was saying how much this match meant to him and everything and what he would do, to win King of the Ring. He had the opportunity to kick Cody's head off, but he hesitated and stopped, and it cost him. It actually cost him the match, and it's crazy, So Cody gets Cody. Randy takes the top turnbuckle off and everything. He tries to hit Cody's head on it, but Cody blocks it. Randy catches his upper body into his side of his chest, and then he gets caught with a crossroads, and 1, 2, 3, it's over. And then Cody cuts a little promo, and saying that CM Punk and John Cena is holding the titles, for him because at SummerSlam, the whole ball, he's gonna get the whole ball and everything, and uh, and it's gonna be Cody Rhodes. But I think at that time when Cody wins that title, if he wins the title at SummerSlam, but you got to figure out that Cody's going to be turning heel soon. I mean, there's no question about it. The signs are starting to show there. It actually kind of showed in this match with Randy Orton and stuff. So look for it by the end of the year, um, probably around SummerSlam. Cody Rhodes is going to turn heel. He is going to go heel, and we're going to see how that goes. And then we have the street fight, Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley, which was better than what I expected. It was a real good match. I mean, for a while there, I was saying, where's the kendo sticks? Where are the chairs? Where's the tables? And everything. But eventually they did start coming out. I like the fact that Rhea beat the hell out of Raquel with that belt. And then same thing with the kendo stick when Raquel had Rhea tied up to the ropes and everything. She beat her with the kendo stick. But this match was really good. It was pretty physical for the two of them and everything, and it was good. And then, man, the Riptide from the table onto the mat, that was classic. I'm glad nobody got hurt. It looked like they would have slipped off that table. I was like, as that spot was getting ready to happen, I was like, please don't fall, and stuff. But Rhea and Raquel, they did their thing in that match, and Rhea Ripley wins, and which was good. I'm glad Rhea won that and everything. Didn't take a lot from Raquel. I'm glad that Roxanne showed up, even though she got her head kicked off and everything, got put in the garbage can, and then she gets dropped. So that match was pretty good. I'm thinking that Raquel will give that other belt to Roxanne Perez, and they will, go as champions. But how long will they have them belts? I have no idea and stuff, because Raquel really did her thing in that match with Rhea. So, which is cool. Then we have the Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. Why this match is happening, I have no idea, because it really showed nothing. I mean, Karrion Kross, he was okay in the ring. Sammy was okay, and it was just a mid card. I think this match was just something that was just thrown together. It could have been a SmackDown event and everything. I think they could have done this match, on a Raw or a SmackDown or whatever the case may be, because I don't think it was up to the standards of a PLE. But hell, lately, none of the matches have been good up to a PLE. But anyway, Sammy ends Karrion Kross with a Halua kick in the corner, and Sami Zayn wins. I don't know what's going to happen with Karrion Kross and Scarlett, but after the show of tonight, I would figure that should have been a better match and everything. A lot of stuff going on, but it wasn't. So I believe by SummerSlam, Karrion Kross will probably be on the cutting board, him and Scarlett. So, and I don't like to see or say anybody, to lose their job or anything like that, but it is what it is. Then we come down to the Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu match. The match was okay. There was a lot of good things going on. It was pretty good action. But I don't think they let Jacob Fatu be the Jacob Fatu that we've been seeing for the last few months, tearing up and destroying everything. I don't like the way how this match ended. I don't like the fact that Solo Sikoa, got the U.S. title and everything. I think Jacob Fatu, he was more of the aggressor out of all of them. And I think that, and I'm hoping that he gets a rematch and everything, because when JC Mateo came out, tried to interfere, Jacob was holding his own. He was holding his ground. And then all of a sudden, Tonga Loa comes out. and Jacob Fatu is like doing this thing, fighting and everything. So I'm looking for Jimmy Uso to come out, and there's no Jimmy. And just a week before, just a few days ago, that he said they would have his back and he would be there for him, but there was no Jimmy there. Wonder why. And then Pigaloa shows up. That's a big dude. So we're going to see what happens with this faction now that they're with Solo Sikoa. There's rumors going around saying that Jimmy Uso might join Solo Sikoa, but after what happened Friday night on SmackDown, I don't see that happening, because Jimmy smacked the hell out of Solo Sikoa, but it could have been a front and everything. But we'll see what happens. Solo Sikoa is now the new U.S. Title holder. Hopefully, Jacob Fatu get a rematch and get that belt back. But that match was okay. I like the fact that Tonga Loa is back from his injury that he had at War Games and stuff by breaking his, I believe he broke his ankle and stuff. So he's back, see what happens. And we're going to see what happens with Pigaloa also. So we'll see what's going on with that. And then we have the Queen of the Ring match with Asuka and Jade Cargill. Now, this match was pretty much more of a sloppy match. It was okay. As I'm watching this match, Asuka's doing her thing. Asuka's going to be Asuka. Asuka's a good in-ring performer. But Jade Cargill, she needs to actually really work more on her in-ring performance and stuff. If you agree with me, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, leave me a comment. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if you agree or disagree and stuff. I'm trying to get my, this channel launched and everything. So please, your support would be great, and I would really appreciate it. So with this match with Oscar and Jade Cargill, there was really no big spots or anything like that. You know, Oscar, hits Jade with her hip action. Then, later on she tries it again and she gets caught and she gets jaded. And Jade Cargill is the now present Queen of the Ring. Congratulations to her. And we'll see, because I said in my prediction video that I think it's going to be set up, that Jade will actually go after Tiffany Stratton, for the belt. And then somehow in there's going to be mixed with Naomi and when Bianca comes back. And I believe Bianca's coming back soon. Okay, and then we go into the main event with CM Punk and John Cena. This match actually was a good match. This match really went back and forth with CM Punk and John Cena. There were some moments in this match where you could see John Cena kind of having that little sympathy thing. The crowd was all in it and everything. Especially like when he had the belt and he was going to clock CM Punk with it, and then he didn't. And that was kind of crazy. But as they're destroying each other in the match and everything, here comes Seth Rollins with the faction, with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And they come down and they, get to destroying stuff and everything. And then out comes Sami Zayn, to intervene and to try to help. So it was a little bit, crazy and stuff out there. I mean, at the ring, it was crazy. For a minute there, I thought, Seth Rollins was going to be successful turning the briefcase and stuff. But as, the match is going, where John Cena knocked out the first ref, unintentionally. And then as the match is going, Seth calls for a referee. And Charles Robinson comes running down the ring, and oh my God, Cena cuts him off, and then he hits him hard. He hits Charles Robinson so hard. And we know Charles Robinson's been around for decades. Charles Robinson was refereeing when WCW was around. And we know they ain't been around for a long time and stuff. And Charles Robinson, man, he took a hit. But even after all that, Seth stomps CM Punk. John Cena runs back into the ring. He throws Seth out. And he takes that 1-2-3 over CM Punk with the interference of Seth Rollins and the faction and everything. And John Cena retains the belt. Even when they cleared out everything, and John Cena and CM Punk, looked like at this moment that they shook hands, but that look, it was the same look that John Cena gave Cody Rhodes before when he kicked him in the nuts and turned heel, but it didn't actually work this time with CM Punk. But the match ended up being pretty good. John Cena retained the title and everything. So on this PLE Night of Champions, to me, it was pretty good. So I'm going to give it a rating of maybe a C+, because some of the matches were pretty good. Triple H still needs to, work on how things are going in WWE, because most of the PLE now that we're seeing now are more SmackDown and Raw type, events and everything. They need to get better with the storytelling, leading into these PLEs that'll make people actually really want to watch them and enjoy them. I mean, some of the matches and some of the shows are good, but some of them are real horrible. But again, thank you for watching. Deuces, God bless you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. Let me know how you're feeling. I really appreciate you and everything. Please subscribe. Help a brother out. But anyway, thank you. God bless you. Deuces. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.